Hi there, my name is Michael Saul. I'm a filmmaker. I've been a filmmaker all of my life, and I've decided to start this vlog about the making of a new film. It's been a while since I've made a new feature film, 10 years in fact. So I thought this would be an important moment to document. If you're interested in being a filmmaker or you're just interested in independent film, I hope you'll find something of worth in this vlog. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been a filmmaker for most of my life. I've made a lot of short films. I've made a number of feature films, including my first feature films in 2004 called True Love.
So, what happened?
Oh man, it was beautiful. My dad asked me if I was gay. Oh, I mean queer, right? And
What'd you say?
I just said, what if I was?
He's not gonna be there and you know it.
Last week we got to watch as you went into a death-like trance over him.
That was a one-time thing. I'll never see him again, even though he was perfect.
Then I made a feature after that called Crush.
We belong together.
Why? What freaky thing do you do?
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
You're the most interesting person I've met in this city. I trust you.
And I made another feature about 10 years ago called The Surface.
Something happened to him. And he changed. He changed in ways that I couldn't even understand.
How have you not seen this coming?
I just think that if we both work a little harder and
Work hard to make what? I
make
don't
an
want
effort
this.
I was drunk, you know how I am when I'm drunk.
You're honest when you're drunk.
My family could be living next door to me and I never know it. They may as well be strangers in the street.
The Surface was probably the most popular and successful feature film that I did. And its success is probably part of the reason that I'm going to talk about why I haven't made another film in 10 years. I've made a couple of short projects since then, and a lot of fits and starts with projects. But now I finally decided to start a new project. And for a lot of reasons, it's a film that I think that I can do fairly easily and with very little money, which I don't have, and still be an important film. And it's called Dance of Days. And I'll tell you more about that later. Part of why I'm making this vlog is to share this experience with other people, but also to keep it for sort of historical, documentation of the process for myself, that I can look back and sort of remember how this whole thing came about. The other part of this story and why I haven't done another feature film in so long is I've also been employed as a director for an immersive film company. So I've been directing, animating, and editing full-dome immersive films for the past 10 years, starting working with James Hood, who's a musician and composer. He started wanting to make films for the immersive market. So I've been directing those for the past 10 years, including our first film, Mesmerica, which has been showing for the past 6 or 7 years off and on in planetariums all over the world. And Beautifica was the second show that we did, and now we have a third show called Astronomica that's coming out for the holiday season, 2025. So that's been keeping me very busy and still involved in the film world, but in a very different way. And it's been fascinating and wonderful, and I enjoy it, and I'll continue doing that. But I also need, these sort of other projects. The other thing you should know about my previous films is that they have all been marketed to the LGBTQ plus market, both in film festivals and most of the streaming services that have shown the films are geared in that direction. And this new film will be has that sort of theme as well. The new film, Dance of Days, is an important film for me in that it is finally allowing me to get into the world of dance, which I've always sort of privately been interested in and sort of involved in some ways, but have never really delved into as much as I think I will in this project. I don't pretend to know a lot about dance, but I appreciate it in many ways. I think it's an amazing art form. It's athletically challenging. So to tell you where we are right now is I'm still working on the script of the film. It'll be totally financed by myself. And in the past, most of my feature films have cost under $100,000, usually under $50,000. And I'll go into more about how I do that as we move along in the vlog. But basically it's going to be self-financed. I'm writing it, I'm producing it, I'm directing it. I've been very lucky to meet a young woman who I'll talk about later more specifically, but she is involved very much. She is a dancer. She's involved with the dance world. I want to keep this film fairly close locally. I live in Long Beach, California, so I'm trying to keep it, the shooting and the production as close to Long Beach and Orange County, California as possible. And she is from this area. She's involved in one of the local dance troupes and dance companies. And so she is helping to cast this film because I don't really know people in the dance world. So she's helping me to cast this with dancers who can act as opposed to necessarily actors who can dance. So I really want the dance in this film to be excellent. And so I'm sure this will bring new challenges to me as a filmmaker and as a producer. But my experience with these things is that once you sort of get the train rolling, people jump on. And so we're trying to get the train rolling. So this is the first installment, just to say hello, tell you a little bit about myself and what I'm doing. And I don't know how often I'll be updating with new videos. I'm sure once we get into production, it'll happen more often, and you'll get some behind-the-scenes moments from the shooting. This is October right now, the first part of October. So I'm hoping to start shooting the film probably by the end of November or 1st of December, depending on how quickly things happen. So that's the first update. Please like and subscribe if you want more updates and alerts about updates. And I hope to be speaking to you again soon. Thanks for watching.